Mics, check. Music cued, check. Presenters ready. Well, 2 out of 3's not bad. This is TigerTails Radio.
Turns up to a deafening roar. I try to escape, but the room has no doors. I know I don't belong here. The disco hustles and crashes straight down, smashes to pieces, a terrible sound. Mirrors are shattered, but everyone cheers. Mass and disaster, what's happening here? Are we phantoms, phantoms, phantoms? Why am I dancing here? Phantoms, phantoms, phantoms. Why am I dancing here? Flicker, voice and the face, alternate life with no time and no space. I hear the needle drop. We're all phantoms, phantoms, phantoms. Why am I dancing here? Phantoms, phantoms, phantoms. Why am I dancing here?
You're listening to TigerTails Radio, abusing our internet privileges since 2004.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another delightful, delectable, and otherwise entertaining episode of TigerTails Radio. I am TK. I am the voice that's over here. I'm here. Hello. And on the sofa there, we have Xavier. Hello. Who is adjusting the subscribe button. And there is a Hedgie.
Hello.
Who is smirking knowingly.
Yes.
Camera. It's like suddenly I realise, shit, something's slightly off.
Yeah, studio's leaning against the radiator. Hedgie, fix studio, suddenly.
Okay.
Not in that way, Fix. Hello.
There we still drunk.
Yes.
There he is. Private place. On the edge of the sofa.
Yes, welcome everybody.
It is season 12, episode 52. It is the last show.
It is the end.
It is the end of TigerTails Radio as we
Season
know it.
12, 2020.
Only temporarily.
No, it's definitely the end of season 12.
Yeah,
That is-
we are
that is
ending
very
season-
permanent.
Fucking 12.
It is not the end, period.
It is not the end of TigerTails Radio as a whole, no. It is the
It's
end
not
of season 12.
Period, yes.
Season 12 finishes today.
Yeah.
We've had 11 previous endings.
Yes.
They come at the end of every season.
So did Lord of the Rings.
Sometimes the ending carried on for a good 2 hours after the ending.
Yes. Not
So
this
did
week.
Lord of the Rings.
And The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, the last Harry Potter film. Hey, you know that plot and shit we missed in the last 5 films? Should probably put it in these 2. Yeah,
Because
right.
we're copying the books, because clearly we're not going to put plot in... Oh, fuck. No, of course not.
Oh, well. Yes, and everything is broken.
Yeah, well, we say everything's broken. TK's jingle device
It's broken.
is flat.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
I think something's gone on with his phone.
It's just constantly rebooting, which is not helpful.
No.
It's got to the end of its life.
So instead, I'm
It's
now
all-
doing jingles in the Android app.
Oh.
He has a big
I-
purple one.
I have a big purple one, yes.
Yes,
So,
but what about the app?
yeah, we see the app. I also made a Windows version of, just for testing, and I'm glad I did now,
Yeah.
because it's here. But it does mean when the jingle is playing, I can't click off the window.
Look at the effort. Look at the effort. Look the effort.
This is normally on my phone, and I
No.
just touch it, and it makes noise, and now I've got to actually click things, and it's really awkward.
Wow, it's almost as if we're back in season 4
I know, right?
Lord.
with the fucking sound effect button, soundboard.
Oh, I used to have to press buttons on the PSP to make jingles happen as well.
Oh, yes.
Oh, they were
still
stored
do.
on the PSP.
We still have the PSP. It's
Yeah, it's here.
yeah.
Here it is. And if
You're
you
not
look-
on camera.
I know, I'm moving things so I can be. It is here. And if you look in the back, you can see a memory card.
Yes.
And in that memory card contains all of the backing music and the jingles.
Ah.
Way back in the day. But yes, season 12, episode 52. It is the final episode for TigerTails
Dun-dun-dun.
season 12. We will be going on hiatus over the Christmas weeks, because it's like 1 week of kind of slowing down very rapidly. Well, there's this week, which should be slowing down. Then there's next week when everything slows down. Then there's New Year's where everyone doesn't
Dies.
want to speed up. It's kind of how it works. So yeah, so we're going to be off for a while. When we come back for TigerTails Radio, probably will be,
Depending on when the studio finishes getting rebuilt.
yeah, end of February, beginning of March at the very earliest. May, January, February, March, yeah, March.
I mean, it's normally a 3-month or so hiatus.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 4. Depends how...
The
no.
internet works.
Yeah. How lazy we get, or how much
It-
procrastination happens,
we'll see how we go.
distracted we get.
TK wants to rewire stuff. Both of us have looked at things that we want to bring in. Lockdown means that probably some plans are not going to work. Well, technically lockdown. Technically not lockdown. Still technically we can't visit people.
No.
It's a weird ass situation that we live in. So we're going to have some plans adjusted. But we need the break. So yeah, Christmas is coming around the corner. We will still have some other stuff after that, because TigerTails Gaming will still be kicking around. We will still have our websites, Twitter, Facebook. So keep an eye on those, especially for anything that randomly pops out of the blue. Because next year we have plans, or I have plans, and these two are terrified.
He has plans and he hasn't bothered sharing them yet, apart from, I want to do a podcast. And that's it. And we discussed this last week.
I also want to get Christmas out of the way. Christmas kind of takes precedence. It's like, do you want to plan something for next month? Christmas. No, but do you want to waste all of your time instead of prepping for Christmas, planning for next month? Christmas is next week. No, but you
just the week
really
after.
want to plan for what's going on in a month away. Christmas is
It's
next
technically
week.
11 days. Instead of the 11 days, it's technically Christmas.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
1 weekend of shopping.
I've done all the shopping except for Father's birthday and Christmas presents.
Yeah, but for our weekend of shopping is making sure we don't starve, because when does Christmas fall? On the weekend. Is any motherfucker gonna shop on that weekend? No. TK's going, ooh, shit.
I think it's going, I failed to see your point here. It's not like Costco's not going to be open on the Sunday after Boxing Day, you know?
Well, of course not.
It's more, can we get in?
Of course we can. We have legs.
Yes, remember all the other people with their faces up against the windows going, oh, go, oh.
Yeah, this is why we go in the late afternoon when they've all finished.
When everyone else has thought, I'll wait because clearly that will be the quiet time. I remember using that on people when I worked at a supermarket, and then I left because I knew everyone was going to turn up late. Early shifts were great fun. Come back later when it's quiet. Everyone else, fuck you. Everyone's turned up now. Why?
But then with Costco, if you go first thing, there's a massive queue. If you go roughly middle of the day, there's a massive queue. And if you go near the very end of the day, there's a massive queue. You have to try and interlink it between those kind of spikes.
Surges between lunches, breakfasts, dinners.
And so it's all taken. I forgot to get my drink. That's what I forgot. Bugger. Yeah, I forgot something.
Well, we are not going to schedule on this show because this is the last show. We are going to be a bit chaotic.
We have absolutely no schedule at all. So.
Schedule.
We have a shed.
We don't have a shed.
I know we don't have a shed. It's quite refreshing, to be fair.
What, to not have a shed?
Yeah, we have a garage.
Garage.
We have space.
We
Well,
have a
technically,
garage, yes.
we have storage, which is being used. And at some point, I need to get in there and run shit out. So, in terms of how did TigerTails Radio Season 12 go for you guys? Well, I don't know about you lot, but I'm really tired of four walls.
I don't know how that's affected the radio, because...
The radio has watched me go fucking mental in the first few weeks of it. Let's be fair, I was climbing the walls.
I mean,
first few weeks.
I've now legitimately been allowed to get this gorgeous wizard hair, which I've been craving my entire life.
Just don't lean forward.
Like,
Just don't lean forward.
Kind of like...
He's trying to do the L'Oreal ad, but it's like...
Yeah, but he hasn't quite got enough hair to do it.
It's not quite worth it.
L'Oreal, not quite worth it.
That's the kind of crazy thing. It was like beforehand we had season 12 start because it was like before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Before Christmas, and it was like, yeah, it's the radio. We don't really have huge amount of plans. It's happening January, Christmas. Yeah, that's fine. Landlord comes along. Yeah, fuck off.
Yes. So like,
Like, congratulations, you get to leave now.
Here's your eviction notices. Have fun.
We'll give you time to leave. How much? Well, February. And we went, January? Yes, February is the month after January. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. So what turned from a joke to a serious thing has led to us coming to Southampton. So for me returning, Jules' first time. These guys have never left. Cause,
Hello. Technically,
they're like
I didn't
moles.
start here. I moved here, so I
Yes.
sort of. He is the only one who's technically never left here.
Me.
Sutonian.
You.
I am Sutonian, yes. Born and bred.
Sutonian.
I
He's
mean,
not
Technically, you went to Crewe for like 3 months, wasn't it?
Yeah, as a holiday. Yeah.
Which doesn't really count.
No.
Yeah. I've lived here now for 15 years, so yeah, I am.
God, really?
Yeah,
Old.
15 years.
Fuck me.
Yeah. 2005 I moved here. Sorry, 2004. So 16 years, probably.
Yeah, so we moved into the house.
Yes.
We got the studio set up.
Oh,
Everything was all
You forget, we had the flat to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had the flat.
But I
we
wasn't
moved here.
legally living there.
He was
For
squatting.
For this year, we moved here.
Yes.
Yes.
And everything was like, oh, well, this is all right. This is lovey-dovey. This is, wait, we can't leave the house anymore.
Yeah.
This is lockdown.
Due to certain things happening.
Due to world events we can't discuss.
Yes.
So it was a case of congratulations. You stay home. and to which it was a case of, but the outside. And they all went, no. But the outside. And they all went, no. You have to stay indoors. So we've gone through lockdown. We hit summer where we had days, not a day, days of 30-degree temperature.
Yep.
That was really interesting. I will go out in the garden briefly. I will go back indoors
Where it is cooler.
where there is a cold tap. I mean, to be fair, we've gotten out. We have a garden. We've got like barbecue. So we've had barbecues, which was quite nice. We've got a fire pit, which
Yes.
we now have wood for.
Yeah.
Because the triffid, we chopped that down. Or got that chopped down. It's growing nicely. If I had a fucking saw, that would have been easier. So summer was just a case of everything got cancelled because it was like what holiday we all intended for just went into the ether.
Yeah, cancel culture happens.
Evaporated into the air like the steam from a freshly boiled egg.
And it was a strange situation because it was like, oh yeah, everything could be fine by September. Oh yeah,
No.
everything will be fine by August, September, November.
2021.
Everything will be fine by April. So and we hadn't even gone through July yet at this point. It was like, yeah, another 12 months. Now, end of the show, there is potentially light at the end of the tunnel. End of next year. So yeah, we'll still be stuck in the house for a little.
Season 13, the COVID years.
Well, it's the-
Eventually it gets to the point where they're telling us we can go outside, but we're not sure if we should. It's like,
No, it's-
what if it's another plot?
for a lot of the jobs that we're in, it's going to be a case of, well, you've worked so well from home, we don't need you in the office anymore. But people, oh no, that's fine, you can stay at home and come in once every so often. It's like, okay. So that'll be a weird thing if that happens, we'll see.
You can go in once a week. Shopping day is called.
Well, it'll be once a week to actually be able to shout at people, because that's the one thing that I have not got access to. It's like, I can call you, you do not have to pick up. Whereas if I'm in the building and I come over to you and go, you do not do this, they can't hang up that call.
It just,
I thought I was doing the right thing. At what point in what you looked at did you think you were doing the right thing? Did you think maybe ask the question? I thought I was doing the right thing. Allow me to murder you.
Well, I'm looking forward to next season.
Next
Really?
season.
Yeah, because, well, next season, because unlike Mr. Xavier over there, who won't reveal his plans because he's concentrating on the very short term, I'm thinking more long term, and I'm already buying new equipment for the studio.
Well, there's stuff that needs to be brought in. I know we've got a chip somewhere that needs to be inserted into a PC if
Yep.
we can get a technician in.
I thought you were going to say, I know there's a chip that needs to be put on somebody's shoulder.
No,
I think we've got enough of those already.
I mean, I've been looking at potentially another.
Stop playing
PC.
with his chips.
Also, I've been looking at the Wii because Monster Hunter Rise, but I don't know if I can stream that because Nintendo.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
a
put it
shame.
this way. When we very first set up TigerTails Gaming, we had banned Nintendo from the channel. This is something I have no desire to break. Fuck Nintendo and their stupid anti-streamer policies.
Could be worse. It could be Twitch.
Well, it's not. They
we don't stream
relaxed
on
it
Twitch.
at some points because they go, here, we're going to give you this YouTuber, this game to play, but only you.
No,
We're going to
they
give you
don't
this
even
game,
do
but we're then
that.
going to claim most of your revenue.
Yeah, we have discussed this on other stuff that when we had segments for the show because we've changed a lot. Now it's hello Jackbox.
Hang on,
Did you do
hang
anything?
on. Let's go traditional.
Oh god, he's got an advert.
I don't have an advert. What are you talking about?
I need to WD-40 this thing at some point because it's
Yes, you do. It's very noisy. But let us do this.
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
But it's not. It's Xavier ranting about Nintendo and how shit they are.
And also, I want to know how you broke my microphone stand so this doesn't turn. I don't know what you've done to it, but it won't turn.
Do you want to know? Do you really want to know?
What did you do?
Nothing. Do you want to know what happened? You touched it.
It belongs to me! Of course I've touched it!
Yes, and do you want to know when it broke? After you touched it. Do you want to know how I know that? Because it worked all the way up until when you touched it. This was perfectly fine. I had this set up. It would put away brilliantly. And then you played with it. And now I can't undo a screw that should undo.
Yeah, I can't undo it. I thought it was you that broke it.
No! You touched it!
Yes, I had touched it many times. I had used it many times before.
Strangely enough, throughout the entirety of the time we've been here, the only time he touched it, then forever was broken, was the moment he broke it. Up until that point, he hadn't touched the fucking thing. And TK can testify to that, because it's like every other microphone and stand got used in this place. This one, folded away under there, worked perfectly. Oh god, TK, you haven't got a mystery game, have you?
No, I haven't.
No.
Good.
I'm playing the try to get the white balance to show white game.
Oh, you don't have a light over there, so no.
It does figure it out in the end. At least it
In
did
the
earlier.
end of
In
what?
the end,
This-
yeah.
We have one bulb left because we've not been bothered to replace the ones up there.
Well, I might have a solution to that coming. I don't know.
A light.
We'll see.
A light.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we do have stuff that is in the pipeline that we want to start in. Obviously, January is when that will be starting up because TK will be unwiring shit.
She could be unwiring shit shortly after the show ends, I imagine.
Really?
Well, NaNoWriMo finished because that
Oh,
was
yes,
what
of
happened
course.
this year.
Yeah,
So
yes.
now he's got all of that spare time that he managed to successfully fill writing, opposed to previous years, whilst also holding down a proper job and the radio show and everything else. So
I know,
it's like,
because the start of next year, because I'm basically having a month off, but I want to try and do at least an hour or two of writing
Nice.
a night throughout
well,
next year.
you've proved that you can do on a schedule.
Schedule.
2 hours in a shed, 2 hours of writing.
Yeah.
So long as you somehow manage to hammer that into your forehead for at least once, twice, 3 times a week, probably twice, you'll be fine. Normally, I would say just, do it before you go to bed, but we all know that's a
Well,
lie.
10 to 12 seems to be the most creative time, so...
He says 10 to 12. We kind of joke, but no, he's still fucking awake at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, that is my kind of most mentally active time. Kind of 6 o'clock in the evening is least mentally active.
Yeah, well, true, because you've just burnt through the day of work. It was
Yeah.
like work,
Sleep.
lunch, work, 4:30, fuck, work, 5 o'clock, work.
Yeah.
I'm finishing at 6, fuck, work. It's kind of how I feel from the other room that it happens. Kind of happens to me like that because it's like get up, start, productivity, lunch, productivity. Why are you fucking emailing me at 5 o'clock? Can you have a look at this?
No.
Or even better yet, been given work. Okay, I can manage the day. Oh, I've got stuff that I need to do in the afternoon. Clearly everyone will know that I'm doing this stuff in the afternoon a few minutes beforehand. Hey, can you do this?
No.
Ah!
The answer to your question, my friend, is no.
How can we tell that you're busy? Well, Outlook has this remarkable function that I tend to use. It's called a calendar, and if you're trying to schedule something, you'll probably see, because I tend to do this a lot, most of my day is booked in. I use calendar notes for all my work items, and it ends up being a block. What are you doing today? A lot of work. TK is squirting. Not that kind of squirting.
Keep it clean, people.
It's the last show. He is, however, not using the appropriate materials to make sure it is clean.
Huh?
Oh no, it's not mixing, is it? It's just
No.
squirty. It's not mixy squirty.
I am adding more juice to the vape. As one does.
That's what does.
As one does.
He has proper gloves
One.
for the rest
Yes,
of it.
as one does. Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm changing coil, I have gloves. But when I'm just inserting new, I don't need to.
Well, I think we've successfully burnt through half an hour, wittering
So
on.
we have. Damn, time flew.
Yes.
Well, we're kind of wittering on. It's the last show. We've had a bunch of stuff that we've survived
Somehow.
somehow, and fingers crossed, we're looking forward to another 12 months of being locked indoors. So,
Yay!
yeah. But we're all here for one reason and one reason alone.
So we can die.
I believe that is Jackbox.
Oh, okay. I was close.
Do you want to play some music first?
I do, as it happens.
Music! So if you want to join in, grab friends who may be with you and forced to live with you until the lockdown comes down and point them in the direction of an internet-enabled device. We will be playing Jackbox games.
But first, we're going to play some tunes. So, how about a classic from the earlier one in the season, which we played a couple of times, but I like it, so I'm going to play it again, because fuck you, this is the last show. It's Jordan Clark, with Freaks.
I've been locked in the locker. I was picked last in soccer. And they say that it's all fun, but that fun, it ain't fun. Man, I'm done. And I know we're all different. Our beliefs and religions, but I don't see the difference in me, you, you're two, or Marvel. So if you've had enough, then come to the land of the lost and lonely. Don't be afraid, we'll be one big family of freaks like you and me. I know a place where the bruised and broken live like the kings and the queens of tragedy. Just freaks like you and me. We are the freaks. I've been kicked down in the dirt. I pretend that it don't hurt. And I know that they're just words, but stick stones, they break bones. But just know, we could all be disciples, and we'll write our own Bible. We'll put freaks in the titles. It's me, you, you're two, and Marvel. So if you've had enough, then come to the land of the lost and lonely. Don't be afraid, we'll be one big family of freaks like you and me. I know a place where the bruised and broken live like the kings and the queens of tragedy. Just freaks like you and me. We are the freaks.
You're listening to TigerTails Radio, giving Cards Against Humanity a run for its money. It's time for Quiplash.
Yeah, be Quiplash time, boys.
AKNY.
AKNY.
Acne.
Acne, yeah.
You too can have acne.
All you need to do is just not wash your face and eat loads of junk.
For those who's wondering what he's on about this.
Welcome to Quiplash 3. Claymation variation.
Xavier, are you Bart Smash today?
Bard smash.
Bud smash.
Bard smash. Yes. Grab an internet-enabled device, point it to jackbox.tv, enter the room code acne, and then choose a bizarre shape aside from the ones that are greyed out that
Yep.
have already been picked. So you too
Ooh, likely
put
Mandy.
silly answers to
It's possible
serious
we may
questions.
have Mandy. It's likely Mandy.
No, we have a banana. It's a banana.
The banana is likely Mandy.
It's a banana. This naming convention is silly. Banana.
Na.
Banana.
Also, I call myself DM Master. Dungeon Master.
Like I said, this naming convention is silly.
It's like, please input your PIN number.
Yeah, people ask that.
Still do that. Still do that.
Your personal identification number.
Well, to be honest, it's become a word in itself. Really, it's no longer acronym for anything. It's
Yeah,
like it's
like-
the thing. It's the number you enter. What does it stand for? PIN.
I suppose technically if you said PIN number, then PI number, PIN number,
Pi number.
PI number,
What's your Pi number?
3.141. Aha!
Yeah, 3141. Damn it! No, giving out my Pi number.
Ah, my maths degree failed me.
Curse you and your predictability.
Irrational numbers, I hate you. That's irrational. God damn it!
It's like my pen is derived from 4 of the decimal points in pi. Your job is to guess which one.
Yes. How far have you counted? 100,000.
Oh, more than that. Pi's gone a long way.
Yeah.
And Jesus thought he was doing good with 5 loaves and a couple of fish. We've only got, what was it, 3.14 bits of pie, and yeah, we've gone on for much
Technically,
longer.
You can't actually use the Fibonacci sequence as your pin number. Because the Fibonacci sequence goes 1, 1, 2, 3. And you can't have 3 or more numbers. You can't have 2 or more, or 3 or more numbers in. You can't have 2 or more numbers in sequence. So you can't have, you can't have more than 3 numbers in sequence. So you can't have 1, 2, 3.
Oh, really?
Yes. You can have 1, 2. You could have
I
1,
feel
2.
this is a discussion that
5,
could
6,
lead to people
but-
potentially going, but my pin number is... and this is
Put it in the
not a
comments.
thing that we're promoting online.
No, we're talking about people being idiots. Therefore,
Pet.
if anyone...
We're actually asking people now, what's your pin number?
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We don't ask people what their personal identification number is.
We're getting close.
Well, we're trying to fill time to see if people come in.
I know we're trying to fill time. I think it's going to be a quiet session. I think people are still prepping for Christmas at this point.
It's like, you people and your lives, how dare you?
It happens.
It's a Monday, of course it happens. Everyone's going, it's winter, fuck Monday. Quite frankly, so are we, so...
I mean, to be fair, we should... I know we do this on a regular day, and we do kind of advertise on a semi-regular fashion, but we should really add...
But
Yeah, I know,
shall,
right?
shall we start the game? Because we've been sitting here for ages.
Oh,
We should go. Yes!
It's a quick game.
Quick game.
Short game. Lots of splits, I feel.
Now that's it.
Hey there, this is a game we call Quiplash 3, Schmitty Unbound. I'm Schmitty. You'll be hearing my voice throughout the game, unless you put me on mute. Hey, if you're bummed out you're not in the game, you can still affect the score. Join the voting audience by entering the room code.
Test to see if it does...
Here's
audience
round
questions.
1. You're going to see 2 prompts on your device. Answer each one with a brilliant response. Soon you'll go up against another player's answers while everyone else
necessarily
votes
needs
for
to
their
be brilliant,
favorite.
by the way.
Points are awarded based on the percentage of people who went for your answer. So make them count.
That sounds like a threat.
That's not a threat.
And
Right.
here we go.
I nearly answered the question, write your answer on your device now. That's not the question.
Good grief, these are some tough questions.
Remember, people, the little number that sits there that says out of 45 is just really an indicator, not a goal.
It's a target.
It's
It
not a
must be reached.
target, it's not a target. It's the downside of this game now. They've
Almost out
updated
of
it and
time.
suddenly
Don't forget your
everyone
safety
goes for
quips.
novels.
Oh my god, I wasn't the last in.
I'm
Jeez.
in, yes.
What
You
happened?
excited? I'm excited.
Right, it is
And
time.
the first prompt is... Name the sequel to Cats. Cats 2 blank.
Taylor Swift.
So, Cats 2, $0. Or Cats
Punching
2,
your vote?
Electric
Hey.
Boogaloo!
Why does Destiny keep appearing on the PS4?
Updates.
I don't even play fucking Destiny.
Why have you still got the updates
And
on?
Electric Boogaloo wins it. Sorry,
Moving right
likely
along.
Mandy.
A cute nickname for your butt.
Steve! Okay, Mr. Whiffy Piffy,
And
or
now,
the hairy
pick your
scary
favorite.
sausage holder. Are we referring to Echo?
That would surely be the gargantuan cavernous.
Also, Echo is not scary. Echo is about as scary as a Pomeranian.
And Whiffy Piffy wins it.
And next, a scrapbook nobody wants to see would be devoted to blank.
Okay, so a scrapbook no one wants to see would be devoted to a
Now
record
it
of
gets
Hedgie's
real.
belly button
Pick your
hair,
favorite.
tumor recovery photos, any surgery recovery photos to be fair.
Look what we found inside Mr.
No, this isn't what you found inside. This is your body after it got fucked over by a surgeon with a knife.
And it's
Without
Split.
further
Our
ado,
first split.
relationship rules: never go to bed angry and never wake up blank.
So, relationship rules. Never go to bed angry and never
Now
wake
it's
up
time to vote
angry.
for
You
your
can
favorite.
suffocate them instead. Or never wake up with the corpse of Madeline McCann.
Hello, TK's answer. There we go.
It's a split.
Of course it is.
They're good answers. Of course it's a split.
It's just, I thought we hadn't had a Madeline McCann joke for a while.
Okay, let's not dwell
Like
on round
a
one
week.
anymore. Let's see your scores.
Hey, a week's too long, man.
So, let's see who is winning.
Not
Oh, it's
me.
a tie.
Barge smash.
Ties broken by lifetime of raisins consumed. I feel there is a
I see round
disturbance.
2 in your
I
future,
like raisins.
where points will be doubled
Mince
and
pies.
stakes
Yeah.
will be higher.
Many mince pies.
I've barely had any mince pies.
It's because you're too slow.
Okay.
What the fuck is this question? No, I ain't winning this.
Oh god, there's some interesting ones here. God.
This tune will get stuck in your head. Talk about tunes that get stuck in your head. It's Christmas. There are Christmas tunes happening. There are also tempting to stream Christmas tunes into TK's room because he has an internet-enabled device in there. Unsuccessfully trying to get Wham! Last Christmas playing in TK's room.
Yes, because TK is faster.
There's seconds left. Use a safety quip if you have to.
10 seconds, Edgy. You can't even
I've done
play
it!
delay. There we go.
Okay, I'm not
I was
responsible for
thinking-
what happens next.
I press F to doubt.
First, but not necessarily best, is a better wedding tradition than tossing the bouquet would be tossing blade.
Best man? Best
A
man?
better wedding tradition than tossing the bouquet would be
Pick a
tossing
winner.
the groom or tossing the mother-in-law into a pit of tigers. Ah, we're going back to Roman times. Yes, a Roman wedding.
We don't have a pit of tigers, we just have TK and a ball pit.
We have a tiger, we don't have a pit.
We can get...
What else do you call this room?
I call it
Who
a
isn't voted yet?
workshop.
Hurry up.
It's a studio.
And it's a split.
Yay!
Let's see the next one. The street name for chewable vitamin C.
The street name for chewable vitamin C, soft citrus, or
Okay, everybody,
Steve.
pick your favorite quip.
Steve. Excuse me, mate, you got me like Steve and everything, yeah? You know what I'm saying, bruv? Need you to bring me some of that bling.
No,
you
but
know
I got
what
some
I'm
soft
doing?
citrus.
Yeah. So, soft citrus, man, you know, you got to
Next
say
one
it on
up.
that, slam it what I'm
The
doing,
name
like,
of a
bruv,
rom-com
you know, and I'm
where
bringing
two
it.
fishermen fall in love.
Fisherman friends? Okay, so we have baited and
Here's the fun
bedded.
part. Pick your favorite quip.
I'm a little bit disturbed about that rom-com, or Trout Pout.
I thought it was called the Bible. I mean, wasn't it Jake and John?
No, it was Peter, Paul...
No, that's the Beatles.
Oh,
Literature.
no, Matthew, Mark,
Okay,
Luke and
what's
John,
next?
that's it, wasn't it? Yeah.
A headline you'd really like to
Yes,
see. in
Baited and Bedded
tomorrow's
got it. And I'd
newspaper.
watch it.
A headline you'd really like to see in tomorrow's paper. Corona was a
Okay,
hoax, you can
choose
go
your
outside
favourite.
now. Or English to get vote on Scottish independence. Now, to be honest, I think that's an honest to goodness actual headline.
Basically, we decided that we don't want you to basically have any
right, let's
kind
put
of
a cap
input
on
on what
round
we
two
do
and
around
see
here.
those scores.
You've had enough of that time and you've completely stuffed it up.
Oh, I recovered.
Yeah, and we're both the same
Actually,
again.
tied, but then
More
I'm
tied.
tied with
Right up.
Last
last round.
Where
Thriplash.
points flow like honey.
Oh.
Each of you will be sent a prompt that requires 3 separate responses. One of you wasn't paying attention, but that's fine.
I'm sorry.
He knows it was you.
And everybody. Ooh.
Well, I've gone for the old and honest answer. I don't think I'm going to win this, but I'll go out with some comedy. Meanwhile, TK is writing another novel!
Oh.
And I'm going to have to...
Ha! I'm in!
You're in
because
before TK.
I pressed my button.
For the first time in this entire session, you are in before
And
other
likely
people.
Mandy is taking their time as well. Mandy is likely to be hit the end. Now we're waiting for... We are likely waiting for likely Mandy.
Eddie's found
might
a
as well
gag.
get
He's
this
going to
over
use
with.
it over and over again. Unfortunately, it's not the right gag that we were looking for.
3 things that'll make you grunt.
Ooh.
3 things that will make you grunt. A bad stomach, a bad pun, a bad quiplash answer, or standing,
Time to
sitting,
pick the one
bills.
you like best.
Depends how old you are.
Well, the left, I would say, is more groan. Maybe a grunt in pain. The right is definitely grunting.
I'm going to say beans, tacos, and... But, yeah.
Hey, and Bard Smash wins it. Having all the points. and
6,000
I
points.
hate it.
3 easy ways to look tough.
Don't be edgy. Wear your pants on the outside. Really massive mahunas?
Shut it down.
All right, people, it's
Smoke.
voting time.
Wear leather jackets. Help ducklings across the road. I'm sorry, who's been channeling David Prowse?
Hey!
You did it.
Oh,
now
yes,
let's
it's a
see
very
those
short
final
round.
scores.
Yes.
Around.
There's only 4 people playing. So...
Yay!
And TK
and
Tiger
enough
wins.
points.
And little old me is down there in 4th place.
No time anymore.
Glaring.
The hosts don't win
Glaring.
every time, honest.
We've done really well in quiplash.
Recently we have improved because this quiplash has been quite good.
Yes. It's new questions.
Yeah, plus I've turned off the America-centric
And...
questions.
Oh, have you?
So we now get a larger pool of variety.
That's definitely a sitcom. Yes. And now on Channel 4, Baited Embedded, where Matthew and Mark figure out that baiting an octopus can be a little pansy.
Next up, Mr. Whiffy Piffy with Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, that's definitely Cats too.
Cats 2, the Butthole Edition.
Cats the digital.
Has anybody watched the Cats movie?
No.
Which variation? The first one before they touched
I
it
mean,
up, or
I mean the
second
Hollywood
one?
version.
That's
Yeah,
the
which
one
version?
I'm talking about. The one that we released to begin with,
Yeah.
which terrified adults,
Either.
or the one they touched up
Well,
that
what did
still
they-
terrified adults.
Well,
The first
I was,
one, where the CG wasn't finished, and so the cats were sometimes floating above the ground.
Along with the faces above
and then they
the
then they
characters.
patched the movie. It was
Yeah,
like,
they
we're gonna
did.
Just
They
quickly
patched
patch it. Yeah.
It's like, movies don't get patches, do they? They do
They
now.
do now. Yeah, they found a way.
To be fair, to be honest and fair, Sonic the Hedgehog did have a bad initial
Well,
release.
that wasn't the
thing.
that was the trailer, and the guy who
No,
was it-
that was the film. They'd done the film, and the
Yes.
trailer was representative of,
yeah
the,
of
film.
the film.
Then
and
the fans went,
yeah.
the fuck no.
well, the whole thing was the guy who is it Jim Fowler or something like that? I think he said when he was asked, "Don't you think people will find the design a bit
Terrifying?
Yeah, and he said, well, maybe they will, but they'll get used to it, like they did with Michael Bay's Turtles. And, of course, people tried to warn him, but...
No, everyone went, well,
No!
here's how to correct it.
Yeah, because how many sequels did that have?
One! And even then they had to fight.
Well,
And most people went, no, we prefer the Nickelodeon one.
Yeah, it was better.
yeah.
On the thought of Sonic, though, let's have a bit of music.
All right.
Let's have Sergey with Studiopolis Zone, Act 1.
Images flashing brightly, glittering through your eyes, and we filming the scene just lightly, so the magic can ignite. Capture a moment tidily, and remember all the time that the optical lens resizing, the visible pain we fight tonight. Shall bring wonder why, as the game's rolling high, overlay the way to diffuse the mood inside. Once we have the mics aligned, to consume into my mind. Close your sight till you made it alright with me. Alright, setting the scene. Alright, alright with me. Alright, baby, setting the scene. Camera action.
Radio killed the video star.
How can this be?
Which radio? TigerTails Radio.
It's perfect.
Internet radio has never been so fuzzy.
Yeah, it hasn't. That was Sergey with Lights Camera Action from Studiopolis Act 1 from Sonic.
Mania.
Indeed.
You forgot, didn't you?
No, I was having a choke.
Oh, I see.
He was dying live.
And so that was nice. I like that. That's a nice song.
Sonic music.
Sonic. It's good and funky.
Yeah.
And it's got lyrics and shit, which is always good. I tried to fire up Trivia Murder Party 2 for the second game, and it was like, no, not gonna connect. Up
Really?
yours. Still.
Shocking
Lord.
that.
Well,
I know, right?
Did anybody hear? Was anybody aware earlier today that Google went down?
Yeah, I heard.
Yes.
Google actually
Google
went down.
Everything except the search function.
Yeah.
So all Google services went
So YouTube went down. Google, pretty much
Oh,
anything
YouTube
went
going
down.
down is not
YouTube,
not uncommon.
Google
Yeah.
Mail,
Yeah, Maps.
Docs, everything.
Yeah.
The whole kit and caboodle apart
Yeah.
from search.
Yes. So basically, anyone who was then driving suddenly had to rely on signs.
And road knowledge.
It's like, sorry, how am I going to find where I'm going? What do I have to do?
Because the map is saved to the device. But never mind.
Thousands of Uber drivers missed out on fares. I don't know where the hell they are to pick them up.
Not everyone actually saves it to their device. You know, some people just go, oh, I'll just write from Google.
Yeah.
What do you think the fucking device does? It sits there and goes, I see you're in a new area. Let me download the map for you.
No, it doesn't. It streams.
Sometimes it will stream.
Which is
depends on
no
your settings.
ordinary. It streams. You have to actually plan your route and then save the route first, and it'll download the route to your phone.
Depends-
So if you
depends
go
on your
off map,
settings.
it only saves a certain area around your route. So it doesn't store anything on the local device, because otherwise it would be kind of gigabytes worth of thing, and you'd run out of phone space.
No one tells people about that. Anyway, what's the room code?
The room code is
I completely agree.
BTGK.
Yes.
Some random background person.
It is Guespionage.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to play Guespionage, you can join Guespionage
To all agents,
by
the break
typing
room
in
refrigerator will be cleaned out on
BTGK at
Friday. Please remove
jackbox.tv
all
and you will
personal
be
items.
joined in
This
the lobby
includes
for
condiments, lunch containers, and the
Guespionage.
frozen Hitler brain.
This is
Thank
the
you.
game Guespionage.
If you want to hit Hedgie in the head,
You're closer.
yeah.
So please join us for some Guespionage.
But I'm going to leave you to suffer him on your own, because I'm going to get a drink, because I am parched. And I was too busy
So,
doing
yes.
admin shit.
We were playing
during the
Attention
song.
field agents.
Bless
The
you.
Bless
following
you.
nicknames have
We
already
were playing
been taken.
Quiplash 3 before, but
Falcon,
now we're playing
Viper, Little
Guespionage.
Pumpkin,
Hang on, I've got a big
Meemaw,
thick book I can
Sleepy
beat you
Pete,
over the head with.
Goober, Terry Gross,
But until
Cargo
then,
Shorts,
I will keep
Chumbawamba,
telling people that they can
Spider,
play
Spider with a Y,
Guespionage
I
But-
think we may be
Demogorgon, the
struggling
Dark
on this
Overlord.
one.
by going to
And
jackbox.tv, putting
Thank
in
you
the
for
code
listening.
BTGK, and you will join us for Guespionage.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting too many people on this one. No, we're too close to Christmas.
Please join us for some Guespionage.
Attention agents,
After the
just
first
a gentle
couple of
reminder
hundred
that falling in
times,
love
I
with those you
think
observe is frowned upon.
maybe they would have
Continue
gotten
to
the
pine
point
from afar.
for those people who are watching live, not future people listening on the podcast or listening to the.
But for anyone
In the
who's just
background.
joined us, you can join us on Guespionage.
If you think Hedgie should shut up forever, feel
Okay,
free to
in turn,
leave
let me
it in
just
the
set up your
comments.
camera monitoring system. Here we go.
In fact,
Oh,
if
nice.
you
I'll be
want
doing surveillance for a
suggestions
water
on
park.
how we should
Awesome.
shut
Oh,
Hedgie up,
no. These are
feel free
cameras
to leave
attached
it
to bidets.
in the comments.
You've got bidets for days.
It's a call to action.
That's a good
Give
one.
us ideas.
Anyway, have fun with the
Just,
crabber
you know,
cams.
legal ones.
How about if we get to 300 and... what was it? Where are we at the moment?
We're 368.
So if we get to 370, we maim Hedgie live on air. How's that?
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
However, I reserve the right to choose the method
Attention
of
Sector
such.
5 interns, the
You
toilet
reserve
cam
to
is
the
in
right
need
to
of
choose the
cleaning.
method of maiming.
Yes.
Deep
Okay,
clean.
In which
so-
case, I will choose cotton
Maiming.
handkerchiefs.
Oh, you want to see what happens when they get wet.
Don't give people ideas. I think that's it. I think it's just the host.
Aw.
You watch the American
Mini game. Oh, that's okay.
Yes,
It's a...
that show is.
well, it's audience compatible, isn't it? So...
makeup
Yes.
and wigs,
Audience can join in.
whole
So, yes, the
wardrobe
audience
is
can
crazy,
join us
right?
for Guespionage if they so desire.
Except for future people watching.
Hello, we've been
podcasts.
watching you. Wait,
Indeed.
that sounded weird. We've been watching you, and now we're sharing your secrets with the public. Not much better. Oh well. We made a game out of all this info, and we call it Guespionage.
I should probably get into the game channel, shouldn't I?
Yes. If you want to play, you need to have your device up.
Who's up
Oh,
first?
first. That makes a change. I'm never first.
Yes, that one between the index and ring fingers.
Ooh, my.
Motorists.
What percentage of drivers have flipped off fellow motorists within the last week?
Don't forget, this question was
Making a
asked
good guess.
prior to
You'll get
COVID.
more
Yes.
points the closer your guess is to the actual percentage.
And also to a generally American
We have an answer.
audience.
63%. Everyone else, do you think the correct answer is higher or lower? The vote is lower. And the correct answer is
Oh wow, very
Wow.
low.
26%.
Quarter.
You gotta be within 30% of the right answer to get points.
Oh dear.
Sorry, not sorry.
No points for you.
All right,
No point.
who said lower? Nice job. I've got some points for you.
Yay.
Never mind, I'll catch up in the final round.
Yeah, that
who's
usually
up
happens.
next?
It's Wizards, man.
I'll bet our database has some juicy data for this.
Siri
Oh,
abuse. Cruelty to computers.
What percentage of people have insulted their smartphone's intelligent personal assistants, like Siri, just to hear the response?
Oh, no, Echo has.
That's like asking what person has typed in weird stuff on the internet.
All right, what do you think?
Ooh, this is a tough one.
To be fair, there's the people who insult their
Right
intelligence
down
just
the
to hear the
middle.
response, and
Okay,
then there's the
right
people who
answer
insult
is-
their device's intelligence.
Oh!
Hey!
So close.
Hey,
I get
being
points.
called a stupid f***ing idiot is part of their job.
I was thinking it was going to be 75 because I thought, at least 3 out of 4 people.
Who got it right? Smart, yes. Here's your points.
I've got points.
Yes.
I've got points. I've got points.
Who's next?
What do
All
we
right,
have?
buckle in. I've got one for you.
Ooh,
Chewing
gum. Rubbery substance.
What percentage of people have chewed a piece of gum in the past month?
No one in this house.
I haven't chewed it in years.
I want to say it's kind of gone downhill.
That's because we've grown up. We're adults now.
Yeah, well, not just for us. But it's not really the thing
What do
that
y'all
I
think? Higher or lower?
feel, because it was like, oh yeah, you want to give up smoking, chew gum. And now it's want to give
Everyone
up
is saying
smoking,
lower.
actually use something
Okay,
decent
let's see
to
the right answer.
help.
Oh,
Whoa!
69%. And 9 out of 10 dentists don't actually give a shit.
Hey!
Wow. Everyone was wrong.
I was thinking it was in the 40s.
We made it through round 1. Let's peek at the scores.
Yes.
Time for round 2.
Yeah.
Double points.
First up.
Tis I,
Yes.
TK.
Okay.
All right, I have a good one.
Wieners. How appropriate. It's my lunch every day.
When cooking hot dogs, what percentage of people typically microwave them instead of grilling or boiling them?
Well, based in this room,
Well, that'd be, based on this room, it'd be about, what, 33%?
Yes.
yeah, about 33%.
So, I'm going to take it.
Ooh.
Okay, we have a guess. 33%. In round 2, you can double down if you think the guess is off by 15% or more. Just pick much higher or much lower. If you're correct, you're mama's little angel. You get double the points.
I don't think we're playing the much higher.
It's unanimous again. And Surveil says...
Oh!
Ah, 1 in 4. I said 1 in 3.
Yeah, not too shabby.
See? You should have taken...
So,
Read the
you
room.
all got it wrong. Boo.
Boo.
Next up. Ooh, I remember seeing good surveillance for this yesterday.
Rollerblading.
Rollerblading.
Wow, we're doing the old 80s questions now, aren't we?
Inline skate usage.
What percentage of people have rollerbladed within the past year?
Ooh, gracious. Mostly people in
California has entered the chat.
2%. Everyone else, higher or lower?
Again, not actually COVID year this question was asked. But even so,
Gonna take a gamble.
probably higher.
Gonna go contrary to Hedgie just
Looks
to
like an
see.
even
One of us is
split.
going to get points.
And Surveil says...
And this is equal.
No, it's way lower.
It's
A
way
whopping
lower.
4%. Guess that fad's history. Let's see who got it right. Here's some points.
Yeah.
But only 1,000.
If I'd have gone much lower, but...
Okay, who's up
By
next?
1%, you'd have got double points.
Yes. Right, what
Ooh,
do I
the
get?
president asked us to look this up yesterday.
Ooh. Cats in baskets.
Okay.
Laundry pins.
What percentage of people have, put a laundry basket over a cat and pretended it was in a zoo?
Oh, good lord, that's very niche.
Not really. That's most adults who believe their children.
44%.
What do y'all think? Higher or lower? Everyone is saying lower. Now let's get to the right answer.
Whoa, 38!
38%! I thought that number would be much, much higher.
38% is still quite significant.
Yeah.
More than it should be.
right.
Yeah.
Well done. You get points.
Like the random shit you... Oh, admittedly, there's people who put clothes on cats.
And then make them walk.
Final round.
Like
Final
models.
You don't need to make
Through
them
totally
walk. They
legal
strut around
means,
going,
we found
the
the most
fuck,
popular
dude?
answers to this question. Which Adam Sandler movie do people enjoy most? Here
None
are
of
the most
them.
Popular answers.
Well, none of them is
Three
the
most
answer.
popular answers to get points. Ready, go!
Well, I think I know the answers to this one. I think
Well, I voted.
this one, and this one.
Oh, I've
All
checked.
right, let's see what everyone
I've just
picked.
spotted none of them answer. Bollocks.
Yes, I did say none of
Yes.
them are there.
Now let's take a look at the results.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't pick it.
Wow. So click.
And
Wow.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, which I kind of knew.
Yeah,
Everyone went that.
everyone likes Happy Gilmore.
star? Who is it, boy? Who is it? It's...
It's me!
Just.
Woohoo! I know my Adam Sandler tat.
Wow, you have some serious knowledge of people's private personal lives. Well done.
Hedgie, failing to evoke the creepy stalker gag.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Average percentage off 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, right on the decimal.
Creepy stalker.
Average percentage of 10. However, was in last place up until the last question. So,
No, it wasn't. I was last place the entire game.
no, you were.
No, I wasn't. No, I was definitely last the entire
You
game.
weren't.
I was.
You were.
Huh?
I got like 32,000. You got 32,000, and Hedge was like 1,000 points behind us for most of the game.
We can rewind the stream and prove it. I was last the entire way through.
I don't know why you're arguing for who to be last here, TJ.
Because I believe in a fair trial. Anyway, let's bring the backing music back up.
That was interesting. It's normally we get to like about at least
I wouldn't
10-2 for
rewind back,
that, but,
TJ.
Huh?
I wouldn't rewind back.
Why would...
he said he could. He didn't say he would.
Yeah.
Why not?
You know.
Live in the belief that you are indeed, you know, the person who was last throughout the entire round behind Hedgie.
Don't forget, Hedgie goes last.
Yes, Hedgie went last. He also managed to somehow get the least points through the rounds up until the last one.
Not having this. Now I am rewinding.
But okay, yes, it is now 25-2, so we still have 25 minutes to fill.
It's a slow.
Oh,
end
look,
of
after
season.
round one, I was last, Hedgie was second. And then all the way through round two, it doesn't really count because Hedgie hadn't played yet. So, nah.
Yeah.
Now I'm rewind the time on YouTube. There we go. So,
Well,
now-
you know, we never got to do our review of the weeks. Maybe we should do our review of the weeks now.
Okay, I'm game. Go on then, Hedge. How's your week then?
Okay, my week's been good. I took up a challenge from a LinkedIn contact who was doing a doing a jokey biscuit match, as in two biscuits go up against each other, and then a biscuit tournament, I believe you'd call it, pitting certain biscuits against each other in polls, and it's slowly it's gathering steam. And I said I was going to do a video every day featuring these two biscuits. And I have been doing so. And it's been gaining a lot of traction. So I'm getting noticed on LinkedIn through weird videos about biscuits, which I never thought was a sentence that would come out of my mouth. But it's going well.
In all fairness, those who know you aren't really surprised.
No.
But that's what I've been doing. So I also had a conversation with my Universal Credit coach, and I asked him for some advice for applying to the Ministry of Defence. And he went, "Ooh, interesting. I can help you with that."
Don't.
Here's a large number of forms.
Yes. And I was like, "How do I fill these in?" And he went, "Right, allow me to roll up my metaphorical sleeves."
Here's
and
an
talk to you."
NDA.
How do I fill out these forms? Well, you get something called a pen.
Oh no, it's all online now for the MOD.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
It's all online
it's
now.
like, I'm just going to work as a temp guy in the canteen. Here's an NDA.
in case,
I'm washing
in case you
dishes.
hear anything, because you
Yeah.
have ears.
Oh, not when you're next to the fucking industrial washing machine. Can you make sure this is washed? What?
Have you ever worked as a kitchen porter? Have you ever worked as a kitchen porter?
Yes. I put the shit in the machine. The machine made loud noises. I tried not to scold myself as I pulled shit out of the machine. Outside of that, it was a case of
Where did you work
This-
as a kitchen porter?
in a MOD place.
Where?
Oh, really?
Cannot actually advise on because it was a temp job, and they did go, "Hey, here's an NDA." Okay, it's a temp job for cash.
Which service?
I don't honestly know. I was in the kitchen doing just the kitchen porter stuff, and in between filling the machine, it was like, okay, I have pots where I sit there and I go, what chef burns the living shit out of their food?
Army chefs.
No, because I did KPing for the army.
Yes, you did.
I did. That was a good year. And
If a chef's burnt their crap into the pan and then gone, hey, Paul, can I fucking clean this for me? The response will always be, what the fuck did you do? You demented chef.
because all the chefs that I worked with are actually army personnel, and all the kitchen staff, for the most part, were civilians. And I didn't have any NDAs to sign, so I can talk freely about it.
Yes, we have talked about TK and his
In Sandhurst.
Sandhurst Military Academy, yes. The posh places.
Military Academy is where they teach. It's really sort of, it's like my first army.
No, it's where they teach the squaddies to become officers.
Yes.
So it's where you've had the grunts, and now you're learning to be better than grunts.
Yes.
Well,
but it's still literally a teachy thing where they go, right, you horrible lot, allow me to put my hat down over my eyes so you basically just can see my lips basically yelling at you.
No.
No, because those are sergeants. So, for military service, you have commissioned officers and you have non-commissioned officers. In terms of what that means, partly responsibility, partly jump in wages. Holy fuck, jumping from non-commissioned to commissioned. But yeah, when you're a commissioned officer, that's when they go, right, we need you to know how to lead men. Sergeants are the guys who will put the men through the ringer so they'll take the orders. They're not typically the guys, except when actually deployed, who will be the guys commanding squads in the way you're thinking from
Drill
especially with
sergeants.
well, there is a separate thing because you have staff sergeants, you have drill
Yes.
sergeants. There are variations across the various militaries, but it is you have non-commissioned officers, and then there is the switch that gets flipped to commissioned officers. But these are the guys who get taught how to lead men, and this is the thing because you don't necessarily have the ability to lead and give orders, and it's not just here's orders, it's also here's a large amount of paperwork, here's a rota, here's how to do your one-to-ones for all of your squaddies. Strangely enough, commissioned officers is like managers, only in uniform.
And with guns.
And with guns.
Guns, yes.
As I found out when I had to be escorted around Sandhurst.
Oh, really?
Yes, because for a week I was covering two shifts. I was doing a morning shift which started at 6 o'clock in the morning. I went on until about 2:30, and then from 2:30 until 8 o'clock at night I was doing the afternoon shift. And they were in two different parts of Sandhurst. So I had to be escorted by two burly men with big guns, whose want for conversation was less than zero. to escort me around from one kitchen to the other.
Well, you're a civilian. It's pretty much just ignore you.
It's like, we do not speak to you
Yes.
types.
Yeah.
Does depend on where you are, because some squaddies are...
Aldershot, they were very talkative.
Yeah, some squaddies...
So my week was basically making videos about biscuits and applying to the Ministry of Defence. Who wishes to speak next?
My week?
Yes.
Mostly filled with work.
Yeah.
As it is, and deliveries at the house.
Yes. Many deliveries.
Not for me, every other fucker. Trying to do work. Ding dong! Someone will get the fucking door. Knock,
yeah,
knock,
usually
knock,
me.
knock, knock.
Yes.
No! Usually, you come out after the couple of rings have happened and both myself and TK have opened our doors.
But that's because I've got the green screen in the way and I have to slide round it and they ring the doorbell, they wait for 3 seconds and then hammer on the door. It's like, it's been 3 seconds! For God's sake!
It ain't.
Whereas I'm there kind of hammering my foot on the floor going, answer the fucking door, I'm on a call!
It's like we're literally tethered to the computers, whereas even with a green screen up, because if you set it up in the right way, you would have a nice gap out.
Yes,
But what you realise is when Hedgie's in the studio, it's a playroom.
It's a bomb site, that's what it
It's
is.
a bomb site. When TK's in the room, it can become a bomb site until someone walks in and goes, "What the fuck are you doing, TK?"
Yes, when TK's making it a bomb site, it's a bomb site of controllers and cables. It's not a bomb site of random misconnelly.
Toys.
Toys
We're talking about toys.
and biscuits.
Not what you're thinking. Toys. Biscuits, they're disappearing quite rapidly, but toys.
I'm filming with them, yeah.
Whereas me, I actually go, the studio is nicely set up, I would like stuff to be in its place. And when I take it out of its place, I can put it down, and then when I go to tidy up, I go, wait, it goes there! And feel comfortable that I know where it's gone, especially when TK says, where the fuck did the memory card go? And I go, which one? And he goes, the orange one. And I go, which orange one?
There's only one orange one.
And where is it?
Everything is behind me.
I put it on the desk, so if he's put it somewhere else...
Oh, the orange. This one.
Yeah, that one.
orange
There,
one, yeah.
In front of him. Directly in front of him, next to his vape.
There we go.
The
And he
orange
couldn't
ones.
find it.
That's because I was expecting it to be in a console.
Yes, well, there was a reason I pulled it out of the console.
What was that reason?
I was using the console.
You know there are 2 memory card slots, right? I could have just moved it to the slot next door.
That seems like work.
Putting...
Clearly,
Seems like work. Remove.
Clearly this needs to be put away somewhere. I'll put it on the table so TK can see it and put it away.
There is no away, it's a memory card. It lives in a console.
There is no put, only away.
Tell that to the 20 or so other memory cards that you own.
So, we've worked out that my week has been resting with green screens, filming biscuits and applying to the MOD. We've worked out that Xavier's is receiving packages, of which
No,
none of
I
them are
don't
for him.
receive the packages.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
upstairs listening to the door being hammered and rung whilst the person who has access to the front door...
I did get there. It's just that it's like ring 3
You
seconds.
say I did
bang,
get
bang,
there.
bang.
I've had to pick up most of the packages this week.
I open the door and TK's coming out at the same time and I'm like... You are taking calls. I'm in the middle of shit. What the fuck's going on?
I mean, as of yet, I've not had to put someone on hold to go and answer the front door,
No.
which
I
has
mean,
been good.
Occasionally I see them outside and it's like, yeah, I'm watching them. There we go. Right door. So there's a doorbell in the kitchen. There's a doorbell upstairs. Everyone can hear that fucking thing go off. Ding dong.
So, of course, I have to take my headphones off, get out of my corner, come round, move the green screen a bit, get out of the door.
You see,
make
if you
my-
were in the corner, then surely you've finished with your green
Yeah,
screen and
it's-
therefore
well,
no longer need
you
it in the
put
way.
your
I finished
shit
with
away.
it. I finished with it, but I hadn't put it down because for some reason.
When you finish with it,
Yeah.
put it down.
Well, I tried
and then
to,
you
but
won't have to.
It wouldn't collapse. It was really, really annoying. It wouldn't go down.
Then
Are
sit
you
it on the
breaking
sofa.
shit by touching it again? then?
No, it's just something that I owned popped up and I couldn't get it to go down. And when something pops up and doesn't go down, it's really annoying.
He's
And
trying
for a
joke.
no matter how much you play with it, it won't go down.
So what he's obviously saying is he broke it and he doesn't want to admit
No, in all
it.
fairness, I can see why Hedgie wouldn't want to like force it down or anything, because it's been the first thing that anything's popped up from in the last 30 years.
Outside of that, it's doing a little bit of prep for role-playing, because the Wednesday sessions, I do a Wednesday session and a weekend session.
Yes.
I am now looking to run. It's been a while, so I'm looking to do a fantasy setting in an old D&D
I tell you
style
what,
setting.
you could run with us.
Because we've got everything you need.
We do.
Aside from
Run with
role-players,
us. We
by the
are
way.
free.
I have run
You're free.
role-playing games for these two. This guy managed to get his hobby of fucking trained into role-playing games.
More than once.
Yes.
More than once, and this guy managed to get to the point where he made long-term role-player cry.
Did I?
With what you did, you actually got to the point where it was like, I'm going to murder your character. Why? Because no one this mental should live.
But come
Defend
with
us,
us. I see passion in your eyes.
He's desperately trying to keep the joke running, because, running gag. However, he is not Warner Brothers, so it's more pie in face.
Oh, believe me, the pie in face, when done well, can be.
Chef's kiss.
Yes, it can indeed be done well, and it can indeed then obscure your face. So it is a dramatic.
And what you're trying to say is, to close the show out, we should be pieing Hedgie. Is that what you're trying to say?
Who said anything about closing the show out?
Well, we've got 10 minutes yet. That's enough
Got
time
a
for
pie
me.
edge.
Well, we can't pie me while I'm wearing this, because this is my Hatsune Miku shirt, and I really like it. So
It's fine. It's
fine.
shaving foam. It's soap. It'll clean it.
Yeah.
It won't clean it of the shame.
How is your
I have
week?
no. Yes, how has your week been? Do tell us, Captain in the corner.
Try and get away from Hedgie's jokes. How was your weekend?
I've been doing... What do you call me, fucking Hedge? My week has been long-term planning.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I've been looking shit up.
He's got a studio.
He's been using Wikipedia. Stop him! Stop him!
I have. It's a dangerous resource. I have been using Wikipedia. It has been bad for my health. But no, I've been looking for future things for TigerTails Gaming.
Ooh.
Yes, there has been some studio thoughts as well, as in how the fuck am I going to squeeze in what I've got planned into this tiny hole?
A light. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking
Or
about
a
that.
shelf.
A lot.
I'm not talking about lights and things. No, I'm talking about
Equipment.
equipment. Yeah. Basically,
We'll just say equipment.
well,
Because it may not happen.
Do you need help with your equipment?
I need help fitting it in the small space that I have available.
So you're having trouble getting your equipment into a small
No,
hole.
we've had this conversation before. If we wanted the studio to have everything set up the way we would like, we would need custom furniture.
Yeah.
We don't have custom furniture. We have
IKEA.
an IKEA cabinet, TK's
Actually,
leg
we
crippling
have
device.
an IKEA couch, we have an IKEA cabinet,
In all
and an
fairness-
IKEA unit.
In all fairness, the gaming unit has seen significant change over the years.
Yes.
It has been upgraded. It's now...
It's had holes drilled in it.
It's got holes now. It's got shelves now. It never used to have shelves.
It
with
used to
glass
have
doors.
doors.
It had drawers. It had a couple of drawers and things, and that got upgraded. But now it's all got shelves and it's all pretty and nice, and now it's fully ventilated as well. It's had fans attached to it, so I had to do electrical wiring and shit for that to happen.
He learnt shit.
I did learn shit.
He learnt how many fans he could power off of a main socket.
No, I actually went and did some research into how powerful the fans were, how much current they were drawing, and then went out and bought a power adapter to suit it. I even gave myself a little bit of headroom in case I ever wanted to connect any further fans to it.
Yeah, which is good because we have been looking at other hardware, which is terrible.
Yes.
But yeah, so
But no, some of the
That's
equipment
fun.
I've got, I'm trying to reduce the amount of power sockets used. And because a few of those devices back there are powered by USB.
Yep.
And so I've bought, which should be arriving tomorrow hopefully, one of those 6-gang USB power bricks.
Oh yeah.
So you plug in one socket and you've got 6 USB sockets available.
Hooray!
So I go pluggity, 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 plug.
At which point I will be unplugging them all and using them to charge things.
No, you will not, because they will be behind the unit and you won't be able to reach.
Yeah, we've got.
Hey, you know
got,
that hub you bought? It fell off, so I picked it up and put it here.
No, we've got enough places where you can charge USB stuff. It does exist in the entirety of the house.
Yeah, technically it's my laptop.
I'm also thinking about moving the rack around a little bit as well.
Ooh.
I want to raise the mixing desk a bit higher and maybe shunt some of the other bits down a bit. I want to see if I can get the 2 PCs out from under it as well, because they're somewhat trapped.
Little bit.
I want to try and get them into a different corner if I can, or somewhere. Just somewhere out of the way.
Well, that's the only downside, because we do still have a large amount of stuff in the studio that is just stored.
I mean, the brown bookcase we could probably get rid of, you know.
No, I'm quite happy with my storage there, thank you very much, of all my shit.
I mean, we could get rid of, I don't know, the records that we can't play.
We can.
There's
we
a
have a
record
record
player, it just can't fit in the studio. Because we don't have enough plug sockets. We don't have enough room unless TK wants it in his lap.
Well, I can put it on the desk, so I can just move the desk around. That's not too much of an issue.
With the desk around, with the video player, video mixer, the 2 monitors.
No, the 2 monitors are floating, so that's not too much of an issue.
Not the moment.
Huh? No, they are floating. Look, I can move my hand underneath them. See? Look. The hand underneath. They are
I
floating.
believe the term is aerially suspended.
Yeah, so this is why we're getting
Visa
hiatus,
mounts.
so TK
Visa
can actually
mounts.
rip some stuff apart, start putting
Yes.
some stuff together, and then once January comes around, we can actually go, what hardware are we looking to install? Because there are plans for stuff to continue on through 2021. There's a scary sentence.
Yeah.
What, you mean like 3 weeks' time?
Yeah, 3 weeks time. Not literally, but
God.
you know, 2021, where we will be coming back with TigerTails gaming stuff, coming back with a podcast, monthly podcast, coming back with.
He keeps
maybe-
saying this.
Yes.
Technically, it's 17 days until we reach 2021, which is technically just 2.5 weeks. So yes, 17 days, which is not long.
We live with that.
Hello.
January.
Pity us.
No! Don't pity you. You should be basking in the awe of my abilities.
Basking in the
There's
aura
a
of the
few
stench.
problems with that sentence.
What, all of it?
I don't want to smash it entirely. I just want to chip away and then watch as the destruction happens.
It's like breaking a dam. You only need to break a little
It's
bit.
like,
Yeah.
no,
Gravity
I
takes
have
care of the rest.
perfectly carved my Michelangelo's David. Don't chop bits off.
You don't need to chop bits off. You just do a little nick in the right place and just watch it.
No!
Just falls
It's
down.
now the Venus de Milo.
Falls down and everyone just goes, yeah, it wasn't that good anyway in the first place.
See, if we were classical pieces of art, I'm fairly sure that Hedgie would probably be the Venus de Milo.
Actually, I'd probably be that thing that Anish Kapoor created.
Whereas Xavier would probably be the Moaning Lisa.
Moaning Lisa.
What would you be then?
I've no idea. I don't really know much about that classical
I'd
art.
have gone for the Screaming Man.
Yeah, the scream, yeah. No, I'd say you'd probably be the Starry Night. It's basically, yeah, it's nice, but nobody really knows about it.
I've never even heard of it.
The
Exactly.
Starry Night.
Yes.
Trademark.
Nobody really knows about
He
it.
didn't.
TK is not a representative of the human race.
I may be
You
a
heard
member,
it
but
here
I'm
first, folks.
maybe a member of it, but I'm not representative of it. I'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah.
Play Jordan Clock freaks for nothing, you know.
Yes, the Starry Night.
Yeah, it's not like one of his most famous paintings at all in any way, shape or form. It's not inspired various bits and pieces and kind of uses the inspiration for the Doctor Who exploding TARDIS
And he
picture.
didn't know about it. What does that tell you?
It tells you that he doesn't really give a shit about art, but that's because I know TK.
Yeah, no. I may have seen that at some point in my life.
I may have seen that at some point.
TK is not general knowledge
Good
person.
lord.
I'm not general knowledge person. I'm not an arty person.
Oh, I mean,
I remember somebody did some sunflower once, and that was supposed to be important.
Sunflowers. Yeah.
yes.
And it's like, hey, draw this still life. It's dead. It's not alive, is it? It's still dead. It's been dead for a while. It's plastic. Go away.
Plastic.
You get to a certain point where it's like, art is indeed interesting, just not right now.
Oh,
But
it's
of course,
interesting. It's giving you an excuse to look at someone's willy and feel good about it.
pretty much, yeah.
My Twitter is full of art.
We draw nude people because it's difficult, really difficult. That's what you tell yourself.
Well, it is, but they keep bouncing up and down like that.
let's put it this way: when they go draw a hand, and you actually look at hand and then try and draw it, the shit you come up with is shit.
Yeah, hands are the most difficult. Most artists will say hands are the trickiest thing to draw.
Why do you think all cartoon characters wear gloves?
Yes,
Or stand with their hands behind their back.
because it's bloody annoying.
Yes,
but
it
yeah,
is.
so this is coming up to 5 minutes towards the end of the show. We're
Yes,
not going
it
to
is.
overrun.
No,
'cause-
We're not going to do any done and dusted.
No,
well,
Because someone didn't do their homework, did they?
you set him homework.
He wants me to watch the Dark Materials stuff. and I have been giving it a chance.
Have you reviewed Rebels yet?
Rebels, no, I've been watching that and enjoying it. Now, I
I
don't
hadn't
review...
talked about Star Wars Rebels.
No, we haven't talked about Star Wars Rebels. We've talked about Mandalorian.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Which does sound
Look,
like
blends into
which
me.
does sound like an actually tasty biscuit. Would you like a Mandalorian?
I mean, it'll
No,
be
it's got
interesting.
coconut on it.
It'll be interesting to see what new stuff comes out for 2021 because there is a lot of stuff that's now just going to digital
Yes.
because, the cinemas are dead.
And a lot of stuff that people have, for example, Kung Fury, which is all filmed on green screen, and people went, you know what, we can do that.
Yeah, but badly.
It wasn't that bad.
No, Kung Fury was hilarious.
Yes.
But the big problem is people who don't understand how Kung Fury worked do it badly. Because it's like, we can do airplane. You do realise that it was literally we bought the script of another movie
Called 0 Hour.
and then got some really good comic actors and just did the
No,
script.
they didn't get some good. They got the cream of comic actors.
Depends on how you feel, but I would say some
With my
really
hands.
good.
They got Lloyd Bridges. They got Leslie Nielsen. They got the guy that played Johnny.
The guy that played Johnny.
Yeah.
Dear God. You. There will be people who can argue it, but it was.
I was going to say they
Very
didn't get
solid.
Jeremy Corbyn, but I remember you said comedians, not jokers.
Joke. Oh.
Rule 6.
I think the biggest joker is currently Boris Johnson.
Anyway,
But anyway,
Rule
push
6.
that out the way. So yes.
But yeah, so we'll see how it goes because that's it for season.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah.
We have finished.
We have.
We're still here.
It is over. Single tear rolls down cheek.
let's
Edgy,
play.
unfortunately, still here.
Let's play one last song.
One last song.
Hey!
Okay, play another song and then we can sign off.
Yeah, we actually played this at the start of last week's show.
Ooh.
But then I listened to it going, we should play this at the end of this week's show because it makes sense, especially with the title.
Okay.
So, you may have heard it last week.
Okay.
If you did, that's what you get for being early. We are going to be playing the song. It is Soul Signal. And it is... That's my jingle, I want that. I want the music,
I
thank
was
you.
wondering what you're doing.
It is Soul Signal with See You Next Time.
Missed the live show? Never fear. Archives are here. Visit tigertailsradio.co.uk to catch up on what you missed.
And that was Soul News. See you next time.
A very chill one.
We will do exactly that.
Yes, it is the end of TigerTails Radio Season 12.
It is.
We can now bid it adieu. Watch it disappear into the night.
Adieu, 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 adieu.
Dear me. Well, that's it for 2020.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is it for
Yeah.
2020.
Oh no, what a shame. Where's the year gone? Asks nobody.
Indoors. It spent most of its time indoors. That's where
To
it
quote
went.
Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye, up in smoke.
Up your ass. Only if you've been a really good boy then.
So that is it for TigerTails Radio Season 12, Episode 52. We will be back next year. You'll need to keep an eye on our feeds though, because exactly when Season 13 will be starting will vary and depend on how well the studio's going. Potentially the earliest is end of February, probably middle of March, but we'll see how it goes. Outside of that, we will have the occasional video from TigerTails Gaming going up, depending on the hiatus, because I've still got stuff from Sonic Adventure 2 that I'll be editing and uploading. The streams, that will be on hiatus until we're comfortable that we can run them, probably late January, along with anything else new. Depends on, again, on how well the studio is set up, and if anything's fallen over, because the big concern between now and when we come back is, has shit broken?
The answer will be yes.
Yeah.
And I'll be spending lots of money replacing things. Because those two won't.
Well, I've put money towards stuff. I have put more money towards stuff. So,
Scratch.
but I think it's time for a round of good nights.
Yes.
So,
So
Edgy,
for the final time for Season 12. Eddie, say good night.
Good night, everybody.
It's a good night from Mr. Xavier.
night everyone.
And it's a good night for myself, TK. Thank you very much for watching or listening to this week's final episode of TigerTails Radio Season 12. Face. We shall be back, but we just don't know when. But until then, it's night,
Night,
everybody.
Night.
Night. Now, shall we play the posh jingle?
Should we fade out and play the boss jingle?
I think we might.
Yeah, that would be nice.